Welcome to the Endless Void Podcast, where we talk about something, nothing, and everything in between. Now, here's your host, Ian 47 Ryan.
All right, welcome to the Endless Void Podcast, take 2. Since we wasted about 5 minutes before this. It wasn't recording, actually. So, all right, again, joining me today is Double D, David Dye. Tell the world about yourself.
All right, so I'm 32. I'm a Pisces. I enjoy long walks on the beach.
Ooh.
Actually, I fucking hate the beach.
Yeah.
Who wants sand in their butt crack? That's all I'm going to say about that one. But yeah, we're birthday twins.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we are. We are. 4 people, same birthday. You, me, Chris, her sister. All March 4th. Remember that, people. March 4th. Send us birthday gifts. I'll have a P.O. box by then.
It's a magical day.
It's the only day of the year that issues a command. That's what my mom always told me.
Oh, did you know this?
It's March 4th.
March 4th, 2000, the PlayStation 2 was released.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
They released it on our birthday?
Yeah, I looked that up the other day. Or just this.
Suck it, Xbox.
I'm a PlayStation person.
Me too. But you know what? You don't even need the Xbox anymore.
Why is it?
Because all AAA titles and exclusives are cross-platform now.
Oh, yeah, I read about that.
So why, if I have a PC that can run 10 times better than an Xbox, what's the point of getting an Xbox?
Tell you what was awesome that I discovered. CD Projekt Red, they own Good Old Games.
Uh-huh.
If you owned a copy of The Witcher 3 on Xbox or PlayStation, you download Good Old Games Galaxy 2.0, and they give you a free copy of The Witcher 3 for PC if you already own it on.
Oh, that's exciting.
So you're damn skippy. I downloaded that last night.
I've been playing Phantasy Star Online 2.
I have been playing, I've been watching my roommate play The Outer Worlds.
I heard it was good. I keep seeing ads for it on Facebook.
Did you play Fallout New Vegas?
A little bit. Fallout makes me angry. It scares me.
It's the same developer, Obsidian. So it's think about Fallout set in space.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good.
I'm waiting on the Ghosts of Tsushima.
Don't try and pronounce it.
No, I think it's Tsushima.
It looks really good.
Something like that. Dude, it looks so good. That's like the only game when I saw that and I was just like, yeah, glad I have a PlayStation.
Did you watch the PS5 reveal?
Yeah. I did.
When they started showing the trailer for Gran Turismo 7, I was like, all right, take my money.
Yeah. I said take my money immediately. As soon as Xbox was like, oh, AAA is cross-platform, and I was like, I already have a PC, Microsoft. So the Xbox is actually cheaper. I think when they say PS5 is like $800, man.
They haven't said.
Oh, people are saying it's going to be like $800.
I would be hard-pressed. I would believe that it's going to top out at $600 and probably $550 for the digital edition.
How much are games going to be this time around? Like $80 a pop?
Nah, they're going to stick at $60.
They should. I miss like walking into like Nintendo 64 games at like $40.
Toys R Us, man.
Yeah.
But
doesn't exist anymore. Jeffrey's dead.
But I hear people complaining about like the price of new consoles and everything. But if you go back and you break it down and look at 1983 when the NES released for $199, put inflation on it, and it all falls in line.
Plus, they last a while.
Yeah.
It's not like my PC where I buy like a 1080 Ti and then like 3 months later the 2080 Ti comes out and I'm like,
That's why dude, I'm still running I've got an RX 560 and an AMD 8320E, 8320E.
Ooh.
And I'm hard pressed to upgrade my stuff because I'm like,
well, they just announced the 3080 series.
I was thinking about building a Ryzen 5 machine just for shit.
That's what's in this machine, Ryzen 5.
Because you can get a 3600, which is a 6-core. Yeah. For like $175.
I have a Ryzen 7 1800X in that machine over there.
Those things will cook.
This is exciting. I didn't even know they existed. My M2 board should actually be here tonight.
What?
Yeah, they're doing a terabyte deals on Amazon for like $100.
Oh wow!
For an M2, and I was like, well, does my motherboard fit it? And I looked it up, and they said, yeah, you can use an M2. So I ordered it, and then like a day later, they announced 8 terabyte M2s.
I saw that.
That's a lot for. I mean, the drive is like this.
The speed difference between SATA and M2 is insane.
Yeah, I went with the higher one. So
what brand?
my
you go with?
SSD, I don't remember what brand I went with, but my SSD is 500 megabits a second, and the M2 drive I went with is 3,500 a second.
Because I recently did a build for one of my friend's sons, and because I use dinosaur technology basically, but I built him a Ryzen 5 machine with an M.2 drive and everything, and I ran a speed test before I shipped it off to him, and it was pulling down 2,500 on
That's
the
so
read.
crazy, dude.
And I was like, I want to build a new one so bad, but I can't justify it because I game on my PlayStation.
Yeah, I've been kind of going back since Final Fantasy VII Remake. Yeah, I know. You knew I was going to bring it up.
I know, dude.
You knew I was going to bring it up.
That is one of the games in the past probably year or two that I picked it up on release day and just blasted through it.
Yeah, I did. How long did I play that? I played that for a while. She's just shaking her head.
It was a solid 2 weeks for me.
Kayla doesn't want to talk today, but she'll nod. I played that for what, like 2 weeks straight? Yeah. I would come home, just Final Fantasy. Go to work, come back, Final Fantasy.
Oh, that's what I was
And I had to do like every single side quest, every single story.
And then whenever I'd come up on something that I found interesting, I'd immediately message you and be like, "What do you think about this?"
I know. Here's my thing. All right, spoiler alert for anybody out there. The next like 3 or 4 minutes, if you don't know about the game and haven't played it yet, skip forward.
Pause.
The end
Pause.
of the
Yes.
No.
You said you got the game for me,
Yeah.
but I never played it. Now, continue.
She did play the demo. Well, here's why. Ready?
I played through the demo
before
like
I go into
4
this.
times.
Before I go into this spoiler thing, I bought her Horizon Zero Dawn,
Oh, no.
I just
God
started
of War
playing that.
4. I think Red Dead Redemption 2.
Is it God of War 4 or just the?
It was God of War 4.
Okay, because they have the new one that's just God of War, right?
Well, it was that one, yeah.
Okay.
Whatever the new one was.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then she'll play these games for like 20, 25 minutes and then never touch them again.
I'm really bad about doing that.
Okay.
So when I buy them for her, and then I'm like, well, I got to justify the cost. So then I just end up playing them. But I'm a Final Fantasy sucker anyway, so.
I bought the Shenmue re-releases for PS4. Still in the shrink wrap. I bought them like 6 months ago. They're still in the shrink wrap, and I've never opened it.
Why'd you open it?
Because I will literally buy games, and they go immediately to my shelf,
Oh my gosh.
and then I get distracted and just never touch them.
So, okay, so now here comes the spoiler alert,
Okay.
everybody. No more pause. Like they changed some major stuff,
But it doesn't seem like it was bad.
but like my whole thing is it was pretty true to the story up until Sephiroth showed up a bit early.
Well, did you read about why they did that?
Yeah.
Because it was the whole like Jaws aspect where no one knew who Sephiroth was, so they could use this whole hidden figure and like bring in more fear. But now he's like popular culture now, so they were able to bring him in earlier.
Zach's still alive?
You don't know that though, because it could be alternate planes that are running sequentially.
It
with
could
each
be,
other.
but the story of Zach changed, we'll say.
Kind of.
Because Zach died in that fight.
Yeah, because did you play Crisis Core?
Yeah, but in this one, he walked away carrying Cloud. That's a pretty big difference.
See, and where the argument lies is when they beat the Harbinger of Fate,
Yeah.
did it change it?
What are you going to do if they don't kill off Aerith in this one? Or Eris, as I call her.
I'm going to be mad. She
That's
has
a little upsetting. She doesn't have to, though.
She has to die.
I don't know. What if they change it?
But I did do some reading with some interviews, and they said that they're not going to change it as much as you think they're going to do.
What if they made it like super politically correct and Aerith went and had a talk with Sephiroth and told him that he was bad for the planet and he changed his mind and turned his ways and then he was friends with everybody and then the game ended with everybody being happy and Sephiroth not, trying to kill everybody and
You know that'll never happen.
I know. Kate Sith got rabies somehow.
They better bring back the submarine mission, the really terrible submarine mission.
Yeah, that took me a long time to beat.
But
I took a long time on the submarine trying to go around, like the original, trying to go around all the waterways and stuff.
I got addicted to the snowboarding minigame in the Golden
Yeah.
Saucer.
What's worse though, the submarine mission in 7 or trying to use the gardens to fly around in 8?
Submarine mission.
You think so?
8 is one of my.
I love 8. 8's my favorite.
8,
hands down.
mine too. Hands.
Yeah,
Bar
see, we're
none.
bonding.
Dude, because when they announced that remaster, I waited up till midnight so
But
I
it
could
wasn't
download
like
it.
I wanted it to be like a better remaster though.
It still looked good.
It does, but all they did was change like the resolution of the characters. I was expecting like a remaster.
Well, no, they actually did touch up the textures.
Yeah.
Did you use any of the hacks that they
No.
implemented to speed up battles?
No, I didn't.
I did.
I had to play it straight up.
I went to the island closest to hell and turned on the fast thing,
Oh.
and all my characters are level 99. I got
See, I always had a problem with making it to the end of Final Fantasies, and then I wasn't a high enough level. So I'd get to the last boss, and then I'd be like, oh, I can't beat this. So then I just Googled the end because I made it all the way through, and then I was like, I think my first playthrough through 7, I was level 42 when I made it to the end.
you can beat him at 42 though.
I know, but it's so tedious. You gotta pop hero potions every 12 seconds. I'm like,
Being that all my characters in Final Fantasy 8 are 99, I'm still trying. You know, when you go to the Deep Sea Research Center and you try and beat Ultimate Weapon,
yeah.
I still can't beat it,
Oh,
even at
shit.
99. Yeah,
Dang.
well, because that's such a tactical battle. You have to know what you're doing. But and the first time I ever beat Final Fantasy 7, I had a Game Shark.
That's cheating, sir.
Well, no, I'm saying I tried to beat it and then came back like a couple years later. Here's an interesting factoid for you. I don't know if you're a Resident Evil fan.
I have dabbled in Resident Evil.
I got the original Resident Evil Director's Cut in 98. It was the first PlayStation game my parents ever bought me. If you want my age, what was it? 98?
You said 32. Ow.
I was 10.
Oh.
Why did my parents buy me Resident Evil at 10? Don't know.
Same, bro.
But I never beat the game until probably 6 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Just because it was one of those things, I got to one of those puzzles, could never solve it. And then I got a wild hair up my ass and was like, I'm going to go back and beat this game. I've actually done that with a bunch of older PlayStation games.
I heard the remakes of Resident Evil 2 and all that were like insane.
You haven't played it? Oh, the Resident Evil 2 remake
I don't like the ammo thing.
It's definitely stressful.
You have to be very strategic with ammo, and I just want to blast people. I don't want to like,
I'm the same way.
oh, I'm out of ammo. Like, I'll pistol whip you. I'm like, just let me pull out a flamethrower or a grenade launcher, like GoldenEye style, and just murder people.
Now here's a divisive opinion that I hold. My favorite RPG from the PlayStation era is Legend of Legaia.
I never played that.
It's such a good one because it's so different.
I've never played that.
And it was actually an in-house by Sony published game.
Oh, I don't know which one. Gosh, Square Enix comes out with a lot of good stuff that it's random. I think recently my favorite is Nair.
I haven't played that one.
Oh, that one's good.
Are you talking about the original or Automata?
Automata.
I haven't played I played like maybe 15, 20 minutes of the first one.
Automata's really good.
Because back when I had my PS3, I got real big into jailbreaking my PS3 and having all these games on a hard drive that I could load.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to watch Netflix and I unjailbroke it. That's how they got you.
I'm thinking of becoming a speedrunner. I want to speedrun Mario 64.
I've actually been playing that. Did you happen to get a copy of the illegal PC port?
But
You just launch the EXE and it scales to whatever your resolution is set at.
oh, that's cool.
And you plug in an Xbox controller and it runs beautifully.
I've been watching people speedrun that. They do like 16-star runs and they beat the game in like 20 minutes. You okay over there?
No.
Did they glitch it? Are they doing like the
Yeah, they
backwards
do all the
glitch through the
and
wall?
they'll
and
jump
stuff?
through the walls and they'll do like the double jumps and like the weird camera angle where if you jump into a wall and flip your camera at the right moment, it'll like put you through the wall. And then they do tricks where like they'll pick up a turtle or something.
That kind of
And then
stuff's
they'll
not
turn
fun.
around backwards through a wall. They'll like glitch through the wall and then turn around and grab the turtle and it'll force them through the door.
That kind of using
Or on the
using tears isn't
on the
fun to me.
Bowser steps. Remember the never-ending stairs? They can actually do like this jump glitch where they jump and then land on their butt and then bounce backwards, and they can skip that entire staircase. It'll like throw you up the staircase.
I've seen that one.
It's cool. It's cool though, because then like they do like 70-star runs. Like I think it's cool because like the speedrunners, I mean, they're like, all right, let's see who can take like 2 seconds off this time. They'll find like a weird trick.
Have you seen the Ocarina of Time speed runs?
Yeah.
Where you can like jump through the wall and then automatically go into the final boss battle?
Yep.
And they beat it in like 7 minutes or something like that?
Yeah, I think there's like a 1-star Mario run too. When they glitch right through the door, right to Bowser.
I don't get it.
I guess they do it just for like records. They get like world record holdings for this.
Speaking of that, world records, the World Tetris Championships are so impressive to watch.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So I don't know if you've been following chess lately, but they've been doing Pog Champs. So basically the world of chess was dying, and some streamer started playing it, and then all the other streamers started playing it. So chess.com did a series on Pog Champs. They had all these like big famous streamers playing chess, and they had grandmasters coaching them in these games.
You know, when you said Pog Champs, I kind of got a little excited and thought they were actually playing Pogs.
No. That'd be cool though. But they, some people are upset because when you think of chess, you think like this classy,
Yeah.
you know, like people playing chess, they're all smart. And then you put these big streamers in a room and they're, you know,
What is it, Ninja
kicking
playing
each
chess?
other. Well, it's not Ninja, but it's some people like Slicker and I think Nim's one of them, and Ludwig's one of them, and XQC is one of them, and they yell some really off-color things at each other when they're playing. And there's a lot of people that are like, "Look what you've done to chess," and some of the grandmasters are like, "Dude, we got 70,000 people watching." Like,
that would be me. I'd be like talking shit while I was playing chess.
absolutely. They even had like a guy come in who had no idea how to play chess and try and cast some of the games. They'd be like, "What do you think of this move?" And he's like, I think he's stupid. They're like, why?
That's kind of funny, but like that's the way I kind of feel about League of Legends. When they have like sportscaster people like calling games and that, because my roommate's really big into League, and I find the games entertaining and they're fun to watch and stuff. But I kind of go, I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at.
You're still on that League grind, or you just watch it?
I don't play.
I haven't played it in years. It was bad for my mental health.
That game seems stressful.
I was getting tired of 12-year-olds talking crap to me.
Don't play Call of Duty either.
I don't. I stay away from that. Anything with like voice proximity chat, I stay away from.
I can't remember the last game I played with voice chat was when we were playing Town of Salem.
I just played that yesterday.
I haven't played that in so long.
I almost won. Actually, I won a solo Jester game not too long ago.
Nice.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Did you buy the expansion pack for it?
Yeah, sure did.
Is that worth it?
Yeah, I love Town of Salem. I still play Town of Salem.
I haven't gotten on
Every day
yet.
I play like 3 or 4 games. It's so fast and easy, and people get so mad at each other. Like when a sheriff doesn't do his job, they're like, "You're the worst sheriff in the whole game. Like, get out of here, you scrub." And I'm like, That's why I play Quake though, because it's all 1v1, and I don't have to worry about anyone but myself.
I just don't like playing Town of Salem with your brother.
He's not very. Yeah, he's kind of rude
He's the ultimate shit talker.
and a liar. He lies about everything when he plays that game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man, I'm town. Help me out, man. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Next thing you know, you're getting hung. Turns out he's the
Mafia Don or
what is it? What do they call him? The Godfather?
I think so.
Yeah. Horrible. I feel like Town of Salem is right at this moment is a pretty good replica of life.
Damn, yeah.
Everybody's out to get each other and throwing people and hanging each other. I think your dad just walked in the door.
Oh my goodness, that was you.
I think Bob's here.
Yeah, I think.
That's exciting.
Yeah, he's here.
He's going to make a grand entrance through that door.
Should I pause it?
No, you don't pause it. We're going to keep going. But yeah, no. You know, like people just, I mean, it's basically just a witch hunt.
Yeah.
It's getting crazy. And let's say I use this example. I was talking to somebody the other day who just jumped in my inbox and was in it for hours and hours, just throwing stuff at me. I said, everybody, we're an intelligent species. Like everybody on Earth is intelligent. I said, there shouldn't be anybody treating anybody poorly. We're all human beings trying to make it somehow.
I was going to say there are some of us that are less intelligent than
And they
others.
basically gave me the whole, well, no, it's your job. You know, I hear this a lot. White people can only police white people. And I'm like, It's not true. Like, anybody can correct me. If I say something wrong and somebody corrects me, regardless of skin color or whatever, correct me.
Yeah.
Basically turned into, well, that's not true. You're racist, black. What do you do with that? Why is it so chaotic? Like, what's going on, man?
I don't know. And I have a buddy who's a psychology professor, and I was we were having a discussion, and I was like, I don't really understand white privilege, because I don't ever I've never seen like where white privilege has given me something like that I've seen.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, I've got an easy example for you. I was like, okay. He goes, you've been pulled over by the cops, right? It's like, yeah. And he goes, did you ever have the fear that you weren't going to pull away from that traffic stop alive?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, no. He goes, there's your white privilege. And it kind of made my head explode a little. I was like,
I mean, that's I guess that's how I try to explain to people is it's not, I talked to David about this.
mm-hmm.
It's not so much where you are in life. Like, it's not privilege in the sense of the word privilege. It's kind of like in science where theory isn't like a theory. Theory means fact. So privilege
mm-hmm.
means a different sense in the word of right privilege where it is. You just don't worry about having your door kicked in or getting shot by a cop most of the time. Or, when you walk by someone and they look at you, you're not thinking, oh, I wonder what they're thinking in their head against me today. That's kind of what it is.
Yeah,
it's just everywhere you go, you're judged. And regardless of whether or not people say, oh, I don't judge people, every single person in the world has made judgment on somebody.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We are all guilty of it. And all we can do is be better as humans and just say, you know what, that was stupid of me. I'm sorry,
Yeah, 100%. I'm a very live and let live person. Like, if what you do doesn't directly bother me,
mm-hmm.
I don't care what you do.
Yeah.
Be a person.
What do you think of cancel culture?
It drives me nuts.
Let's hear it.
I hate the fact that just accusations and unfounded accusations can ruin someone's career.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if there's hard evidence that somebody's done something wrong, boom, snatch their ass out. I don't care. You did wrong. You're an idiot. But, like, I just hate that somebody can throw a bunch of shit at a wall and see what sticks, and then that person's, like, wiped out.
Yeah. It's very... The punishment never fits the crime in cancel culture, it seems.
No, and it seems like it's just getting worse and worse. Well, and, like, for, what's his name from That 70s Show? Danny Masterson?
Danny Masterson, yeah.
Proven, like, basically loads of evidence brought against him. Fuck that guy.
See, somebody was saying they had evidence. I didn't see that there was any evidence against him.
They had 5 people come forward. 3, they had enough evidence to bring charges. 2, they didn't.
I heard that he, like, the Church of Scientology was covering it up or something crazy. That's all I read. I don't know if that's true.
All I've heard is that between 2001 and 2003, he raped at least 3 women at his house.
Well, serves the guy right for going to jail then.
Yeah.
Posted a $3.3 million bond, too. Must be nice.
I mean, he does have that 70s show money.
Must be nice. Yeah, I think he's going to court in September or something, I heard, or something like that.
And see, and I think in that sense, that's where cancel culture isn't necessarily a bad thing. Did he need to be yanked off the ranch? Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think we can all agree that Chris Masterson is the better one anyway. I've been watching Malcolm in the Middle, so.
Yeah, I absolutely believe that you shouldn't be rewarded for bad behavior. I'm not a fan of that. But again, cancel culture is sometimes it's for instance, there was a guy in the fighting game community. He plays fighting games. He's been a part of it for years and years.
Yeah.
Made a stupid mistake, was streaming or whatever, and he had pineapple and watermelon and fruit and all this stuff. And he hashtagged watermelon lives matter. Is that in bad form? Absolutely. You should not be making jokes like that.
That was dumb.
But what happened is the cancel culture crew went after him, and now he's banned from every fighting game tournament, lost all his sponsors, kicked off his team, banned indefinitely from the fighting game community. Is that really necessary to go that far with it?
I could understand the losing sponsorships because you said something that's pretty extreme, pretty racist.
An indefinite ban seems a bit much.
No, that's what I'm saying. The whole banning things,
Especially on I guess some people say he was doing a lot before that, so this was like the 15th warning or something like that. I don't know about all that.
Well, it's like that NASCAR driver that dropped the N-bomb in that stream. You're a figurehead. Like, that's, and a lot of the thing is like, just don't, it doesn't need to be said.
I think he should have been fired though from NASCAR.
Was he fired?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought he was fired. I think he's doing like some other circuit now. I think he's banned from NASCAR.
But granted, when you get fired from NASCAR, that's like losing your sponsorship because you race for a team.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that I can agree with, because like this company doesn't want you representing them if you're going to be if you're stupid.
No, we live in a different time than it was, and I tell people this all the time. Like even the internet in the 90s. I mean, you remember it.
Yeah.
The internet was a much different place, more like the Wild Wild West.
It was much darker.
Where you could say the F word and you could say the N word and you could say, I mean, people were dropping all kinds of stuff all over the place.
Yeah.
You know, calling people retarded and all kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah.
And then I tell people, well, the internet should be freedom. You can say whatever. Well, as the internet progresses, I mean, look at what Twitch is doing and stuff like that. Like, now we're progressing in the world and people are finally putting rules online.
And I think it should be up to the individual provider, be it Facebook, be it Twitch. It should be up to them to police their own stuff. I don't think there should be like a governing organization that does it.
Yeah.
I think that's too much. Because when you start putting like laws in that sense, you really do lose a lot of the freedom. But I think it should be up to each organization as to what they choose to do. And that way it gives the people the right to choose, like, hey, am I going to go with this organization?
Yeah. And what do you think about, we'll use Twitch again, for example. Mm-hmm. Twitch slamming the ban hammer down on people who aren't as popular and giving people who are popular and making the platform money a little bit more leeway, breaking the same exact identical rule.
Unfortunately, it's business, and the almighty dollar rules everything. I mean, I don't hold it against them, because think about it, they want to make money.
But I feel like that's what causes things like cancel culture, because people look at that and they're like, no, there's no way people should be getting away with this.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say.
I don't know.
That's a tough one to weigh in on.
It is. It's such an interesting, like, I mean, Twitch has like millions and millions and millions of viewers now.
But you got to remember who owns Twitch.
Amazon.
Yeah, and what are they all about?
Delivering my packages in 2 days.
Corona killed that so hard, it irritated me.
No, Amazon Prime was still delivering to me.
No, I mean, no, I get it, but like there was some Amazon stuff that was just like, now it's going to take 5 days. And
they're giving Prime for $1.99 right now.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's how I got my stuff in. I was like, you know what? $1.99, I'm in.
I've been paying for Amazon Prime for like the last 4 years.
I pay on and off. Like, so I'll have it for a while and then I won't have it. I'll have it for a while.
I just let it eat. I don't care, because like I practice retail therapy. I got a big hole in my heart, and the only thing that's going to fill it is me buying stuff.
Yeah, Amazon is quite the monster. Remember when they used to sell books? That was it.
You remember when they were a bookstore? Is that what you mean?
Saying, yeah. That was it, Amazon Books.
Oh, good times.
You used to get them on, like, what was it, the Kindle or something like that when they had all that?
Before that, man, but when they were actually a physical book purveyor.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Man, back when you had AOL, that was the only way you were getting on.
No, I use Netscape.
Well, I'm talking about like when you had a...
I never had AOL.
You never used the free trial discs?
Nope. What we used to do is just come up with a different email and keep using Netscape repeatedly.
Did you use Netscape or did you use NetZero?
Maybe it was NetZero. Whichever one, because they never checked your email. You would just... remember the days when you could just punch in any random email and you wouldn't have to like go for confirmation?
Yeah.
And it would just allow you to like... I would put like w.jjfflonop at blah.com and then be like, okay, you're in. Like, I don't know why.
Whenever something asks me for an address and I don't want to give them my actual one, I always go back to The Simpsons and use 123 Fake Street, Springfield, Illinois.
That's a good one. It always freaks me out that Kayla's not pushing buttons on the camera, even though she pushes buttons, because I can't see her hand from here. So it always freaks me out.
You can see that hand.
I know, but it always freaks me out. Like, I'm going to be honest. Like, every time I go to rewatch a video, I'm like, oh, no. And then she does it, like, you've seen them. Like, they look good. She does a good job on switching all the cameras and stuff.
No, this one's going to suck, and I don't care.
That's really rude. I hope this one doesn't suck, because he's a very important guest.
First of all, it's nothing to do with you, David. Y'all can't even hear this, because I'm sure it's music.
Well, unmute the mic. Kayla's going to weigh in.
No, I'm not.
Well, they could hear that, so... But no, yeah, Twitch. These internet's a monster now.
Yeah,
Internet is an insane monster.
I'm just tired of computers.
They're going after magic, you know.
The Gathering.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
because of Invoke Prejudice.
enlighten
card.
me. Oh, is that really a card?
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
And you can only use. Gosh, what is it? I just saw it on the Joe Rogan podcast today. You can only use certain minions of the same skin color or something like that.
Oh wow.
It's called Invoke Prejudice, so now they're going after magic. And I'm kind of in agreement with him, like fucking nerds. Like, it's a card. It's a card game, man. It's not like there's nothing about that that's like other than the word prejudice.
I never played that game back in the day. I think I was slightly too young for it because my older brothers played Magic, but then Pokemon came out.
Yeah.
And then, so I was big into Pokemon. And then my little brother, like, Pokemon missed him, but he got into Yu-Gi-Oh!
But remember when people thought that Pokemon was the devil? Remember when people were outraged about Pokemon?
I think my mom was one of those people. Because I've actually heard my mom state that she thinks Obama is the literal Antichrist. And I'm like, he's not Nikolai Carpathia. Come on.
People did. They were talking about how Pokemon promotes animal abuse and.
That's true.
Yeah, it was. People were going after it.
See, but when they go in the little ball, I picture that they're in like some kind of I Dream a Genie situation.
That's what I'm saying, like a genie lamp.
Yeah.
Like it's comfortable. They have like a couch, the food dispenser,
possibly a hookah.
Yeah. Unless you're Charizard, fuck that guy.
He was kind of a jerk.
I know.
He was no Blastoise. Don't get on your.
He sure wasn't a Blastoise.
Or a Venusaur.
Even Venusaur was better. Even Magikarp was better than Charizard.
Nah.
Magikarp was technically strong against him because he was water.
No, but Magikarp only knew one move, and that was Flop, and it did nothing. Splash, yeah, it did nothing. Speaking of Pokemon, did you watch the? Did you see that they're coming out with a new Pokemon Snap?
No, I didn't. I loved that game, though.
They released that. They did that 2 days ago. Yeah.
Did you ever play Pokemon Snap, Kayla? No.
I was addicted to that game on the 64.
I liked Stadium because they did the announcers when you could like fight each other.
And I also like that you could drag over your stuff from blue and red.
Yeah. The new one, I was supposed to get it. Giggles and I were supposed to play, but I never got it. Sword and Shield.
I never heard.
I still have to try it.
Did you play Let's Go Eevee or Let's Go Pikachu?
No.
The remake?
But I need to start getting more stuff for my Switch because I love the Switch as a console.
You like old school JRPGs, right?
Yeah.
Have you played Octopath Traveler?
Yes. That's a good one.
I got into that, and I was like, dude,
I played that a while ago. Holy cow.
The art style on that was...
yeah.
I just kind of sat there and looked at it.
That reminds me of like the original Hero or Trials of... what was it? Like Trails in the Sky or something like that.
Oh,
it was like a big series on Trails in the Sky.
Yeah.
Kind of reminded me of that. But I think Switch is... I'm excited for Nintendo's new console.
Dude, and what about supposedly they're supposed to be re-releasing Super Mario Sunshine and Galaxy, and
they need to step it up a notch with the system. I love the Switch because you can take it on the go.
Mm-hmm.
But having like, and I made this mistake. Like I bought a few games digitally, and I can only fit one at a time on the Switch.
I would not be upset if they released like a pro version that was not handheld.
Well, they just need like a hard drive that you can attach.
Dude, you can put it'll accept a 256 gig SD card.
The Switch?
Yeah.
Oh.
Boom. Problem
There
solved.
you go. I just wish that they would kind of like catch up a little bit.
And they even have Nintendo branded ones, so you can get one with a mushroom on it. You can get one with a star or
Well,
the
they don't need.
Triforce.
I don't think they need to like step it up graphically. I think Nintendo does just fine with that. I would just like to see a bigger box that I can digitally download stuff.
Even going through HD, like I actually took my Wii U and modded it so I can play GameCube games.
Yeah, so you do all that crazy stuff. I get scared of that because people are like, if you break it, you're screwed.
Well, I mean, that's the risk you run, and I don't do things until like they're way out of beta or whatever. So all that crap's already been tested out.
Yeah.
But it's cool. I've been playing Eternal Darkness in HD.
Ooh. Yeah, that's pretty cool then.
Yeah.
That's justifiable.
Because it's the only way to play it. And, you know, Silicon Knights as a company is gone.
I did skip Animal Crossing.
I didn't play it either.
Kayla didn't get it either.
I played the original Animal Crossing and have never played
Is that for GameCube?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, do you want me to put on my nerd hat and tell you a little bit about it?
Oh, I played it. My brother played it.
No. It was
Oh.
originally released in 2000 for the Nintendo 64 disk drive. It was an add-on, only in Japan.
Oh.
And the add-on failed, and it got ported over to GameCube.
Yeah, I remember my brother playing that, and he'd always, the little dogs and stuff would come over to his house, and I kind of skipped out on the GameCube.
I see. That's what I picked up a GameCube because the PlayStation 2 was too expensive. So my
Yeah.
parents were like, "You can get a GameCube, but you can't have a PS2." And I was like, "All right." So I was a
It had good games. Smash was good. Smash is always good.
well.
Mario
Then
Kart.
you also got the remake of Metal Gear Solid 1 redone in the Sons of Liberty engine, which I know some people are like, Nintendo messed it up by putting things in there, and I'm like, it ran good and it was a better game. Get
Yeah.
off your high horse. And you get to shoot people in first person.
I don't know what everybody hates on PlayStation. Everybody hates on the Xbox. You ever hear people hate on the Switch? No, everybody loves the Switch.
I was gonna say I've never heard a say.
I haven't heard anybody like, "Oh, the Switch is so bad. Screw that console."
I've never heard hatred. I've heard indifference.
Yeah.
And for some reason I've never liked Xbox.
Same.
I did the original. No, the 360 was a good system.
I'll tell you what. I played a shit ton of Halo back in the day because that was what we used to get together.
Yeah.
We used to do the actual LAN parties where we'd hook up 4
Yep.
Xboxes together and we do 16-player Halo matches. But that was really the only game I ever played on Xbox.
No.
And then I had friends that had 360s, and
So I love the 360.
I did some co-op Gears of War with friends and stuff, but I didn't get an Xbox 360 until probably 3 years ago when I went on shopgoodwill.com. Don't
Get
know
Lost Odyssey. You're welcome.
have you ever been to shopgoodwill.com?
Mm-mm.
It's virtually eBay, but with stuff that people donate to the Goodwill.
Buy Lost Odyssey.
Oh, I have it.
Did you play it?
No, it's been sitting on my shelf.
Lost Odyssey was made by the same guys that made Final Fantasy, and it was
Was
one
it
of
made by the same guys who made Final Fantasy?
Yes.
The composer did the same composer from Final Fantasy.
No, the
7
one
did
guy
it.
left. One of the head team members left Square Enix and went over to that.
It was Lost Odyssey, and they also did Blue Dragon, right?
Yeah, Blue Dragon. Yeah.
I've got both. Trust me.
Blue Dragon was pretty good, but Lost Odyssey is one of the best games I've ever played.
I've started it. I think I'm about an hour into it. I told you I'm
So
bad.
cool,
I will
man.
start a game.
Kaim is the man. I don't care what anybody says. He's one of the best heroes in any game.
I'll tell you an underrated game. Onimusha Warlords for the PlayStation 2.
Ooh.
It controlled like Resident Evil, but was set in feudal Japan, and you fought demons with a katana.
That's kind of like Tenchu, except for no demons.
I don't know why. I never really. I mean, and it got sequels and everything, but I never really heard anybody talk about it.
No. I have heard of that, though.
They did a
because they do like the weird cover art.
well. They did a remaster of Warlords for PlayStation 4,
Oh.
and of course I bought it. Speaking of remasters,
But did you play it?
Yeah, I got about 4 or 5 hours in it.
And then you put it away.
I literally have like 50 to 60 games.
You gotta start beating them.
I know.
Because how are you gonna talk about them if you can't beat them?
I'm sorry, Dad.
Yeah.
But
You gotta justify it. I bought Grand Theft Auto 3 or 4. I think it was 4. I bought Grand Theft Auto 3 or 4 for like 6 times because my mom kept finding it and throwing it out. So then I'd have to sneak by it and then play it and hopefully make it past where I was. And then she'd find it and throw it out again.
Talk about a game that did not age well, though. But I saw a news article the other day where did you see that a lot of people were up in arms because they're re-releasing Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PS5? And the article stated at the beginning it was like one of the greatest developers of all time. And I was like, do not call Rockstar one of the greatest developers of all time.
No. And I would say the only reason Grand Theft Auto is good right now is because people modded it for the GTA 5 RP stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, and think about this too. All their games play the same.
Yeah.
Bully, Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead.
Saints Row.
Is Saints Row done by Rockstar?
I don't know if they're done by.
No, that's a clone.
Oh, I thought you were just my games. You mean like all their games?
All their games, and even L.A. Noire, which I mean,
that's a cool game though.
No, it's by far the best one they've ever done. But they all use that same engine. And it's all the same style. It's like do something new.
Well, so people just want to be able to do whatever they want. They're sandboxy. Grand Theft Auto is cool because you can just like. You just do whatever you want, man.
And I'm not going to hate on a sandbox game.
Jump out of a helicopter at 38,000 feet and watch what happens? Like, go for it.
I mean, and I had Grand Theft Auto 3 for the PC back when I was in high school. And
it's a great game.
I found a mod pack that let me put all the cars from the original Fast and Furious into Grand Theft Auto. And I was in hog heaven getting to fly through the city in an orange Supra.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
But... Oh, dude, I went so far down the rabbit hole.
Whatever happened to people? Whatever happened to like developers putting all these weird, crazy cheats in their game? They don't do it a lot anymore.
Tony Hawk still does. And
oh, speaking of,
I was about to say, I hope they still have the cheats in the remaster.
I haven't been excited for a remaster like that in a long time.
Well, did you get the kind of half remaster that they did on the PlayStation 3?
Yeah, it was like 2.5 or something, right?
Well, they took a handful of select levels from 1 and 2 and redid them, and I played the crap out of that game.
Oh, this looks really good though.
Oh yeah,
the videos I've seen, they actually rebuilt the game from the ground up, pretty much is what they said.
Did you see where Tony Hawk brought Jack Black a prelim copy?
Mm-hmm. He made a lot of money off that too.
Oh
Tony
yeah,
Hawk's about to make another killing off this stuff, but I mean, think about it. If they add online to this. Think of how it's going to change the game.
We're in like a nostalgia kind of vacuum right now.
We should be, because games suck.
Well, did you hear they're also remaking Legends of the Hidden Temple for adults?
Yeah. Want to go on the show?
I want to be a purple parrot.
Kayla, you want to go on the show? Nope. Legends of the Hidden Temple?
Did you play the Medieval remaster?
I didn't. I watched it, though.
I bought that on launch day as well and got all the feelies.
Yeah, see, nostalgia, they used to make, like back when I was younger and really, really, really playing a lot of games, they were just, like, they were so hard. And you had such a feeling of accomplishment when you finished them. And now games kind of, like, walk you through. And it's like, they're more story-oriented now instead of puzzle-oriented, I feel like. Even The Last of Us, it's like, oh, tearjerker, but, like, it really wasn't that hard.
I never beat it.
It's not that hard though.
Because I put about 10 hours into it and was just like,
and you put it back.
No, I was like, this story didn't grip me. I'm like,
it's not like Dying Light, stuff like that. The only good game I played in a while, Dead by Daylight, is actually kind of amusing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've played that.
I've seen it.
I don't know why it's amusing. It's ridiculous.
I was thinking Dead by Daylight, but then I was like, oh no, I just bought The Evil Within.
That's a good one.
It's Resident Evil. Made by Bethesda.
But it looks cool. I wish they'd do more Amnesias. I want scary. Like Outlast was terrifying.
I think I got that in a Humble Bundle.
Did you play it?
Yeah.
Outlast scared the crap out of me.
I got it in a Humble Bundle because it came with a Outlast like 1 and the and then it wasn't an expansion. It was like a standalone, but based on 1, and then it came with 2. Yeah, those games were scary. And then there was another one that had to do with ghosts that was very similar to Outlast. Can't remember what that one was called, but
I don't know. I'm not allowed to do scary things in the house anymore.
I don't even want to know what that means.
She got mad at me the other night because I kept yelling Bloody Mary in the bedroom. Because we have the mirror that's like right next to our bed. You ever hear that one?
That's kind of funny.
Like the Bloody Mary, and then she comes out of the mirror and grabs you or whatever. Yeah. She was acting tough until I left the room. Like 5 minutes later, she's like, "Get back in here."
Oh, dude, I'm a scaredy cat. I'm not even gonna.
I can't remember the last time I was. Probably after playing Amnesia, I think that freaked me out a little bit.
It's horror.
I didn't wanna, like-
Some horror movies will get me, and it's more like demonic stuff that kind of screws with me.
Mm-hmm.
Serial killers don't do it because it's like, oh, I mean, nobody's gonna kick in my door and hit me with an axe.
It's like the Exorcist kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like stuff that you don't know if it's really gonna happen or not.
Even the original Exorcist, that,
Yeah, when she turned her head around in a circle, I was freaking out.
and then the green puke.
Even Poltergeist was kind of scary back when I was younger.
Yeah, screw that. The movie that I can guarantee, the movie that freaked me out the most, like when I was little, was Freddy Krueger. It was Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
Kayla loves Freddy Krueger. Wait, I thought you liked Freddy Krueger.
No,
Oh, you like Jason?
no,
Who do you like?
none.
Is it your sister? Is it Mary that likes
Mary,
Freddy Krueger?
yeah.
Oh, it's Mary that likes Freddy
Oh,
Krueger.
you just got yourself in trouble.
No, I didn't. I knew it was one of them. They both look alike.
It's true.
But no, Mary likes Freddy Krueger. I thought it was Kayla.
Shout out to my little sister.
I just remember in that movie where Freddy takes the guy's tendons and rips them out of his arms and walks him around like a puppet. And that freaked me out. But it was the first time I saw boobs in a movie, so kind of made it better.
Yeah, they didn't really do that too much when they were younger, huh? There wasn't a lot of boobs. I remember like they came out with an NC-17 movie once, and I was like, "What? They don't even do that anymore, do they?"
No, and well, I mean, now they can show full dong in a movie and it still be rated
Yeah,
R.
I've seen quite a bit of dong in the last year from comedy movies. And
You remember
stuff.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
Yeah.
That was like the first one that had, like, I didn't need to see Jason Segel's dong. And I took a date to that movie. And within the first 5 minutes, I'm
Did
seeing,
she
like,
leave you because of Jason?
But
Segel's
everyone
dong?
can see everyone else's boobies, and that's okay.
dude, dong is so different than
No,
boobies.
it's not.
Yes,
I feel
it-
like-
How is it different?
Because one's
How is it
boobs and
different?
one's
No.
I think dick is on
No.
dick is on the same level as vagina.
And there have been vaginas.
And there's no equivalency to boobs for guys. I will agree with you on that.
Yeah, yeah.
like a butt,
right.
maybe.
No.
No, because girls have butts. That's what I'm saying.
Uh,
We do have butts.
you guys have boobs, but I mean,
I mean, I can show you my
The
nipple
thing
if
is,
you
you
want.
would-
I'm
would
just
be
saying,
more-
if you can show full,
she's got ducking on. She can talk over the top of us. It sucks.
never mind. I'm muting my shit back. Bye.
She has ducking on. I forgot I had that set in.
That's fine.
So when she talks, it mutes both our mics instantaneously, so she can talk over the top of us.
It's because she's the producer.
Yeah, you are the producer. Yeah, where were we? Holy cow, we've been talking about all kinds of stuff.
about titties and
Yeah, we really. It's been a tangent.
It's been all over, but it's nice to get away. Like it is. It's nice to not. I mean, we did for a minute, but it's nice to get away from all the bullshit and talk about. Well, how long have we been going?
48 minutes,
Give it
5 seconds.
10 more minutes.
No.
Yeah, we do it for an hour and then we're out. Then you can smoke.
And I'll even smoke with you.
Yeah,
I'm a gentleman.
we'll be good.
I feel like we need to.
You can make it an hour. So yeah, it is. It's nice to get away from all the crap that's going on. I hope it stops soon.
I think it will.
I just they need to.
You know the one. Here's my one thing about the protests that I'll say. I see a bunch of news articles and they say people are protesting the death of George Floyd, and I'm like, stop saying the protests are for his death. The protests are against police brutality and systematic racism.
But do you think that's for media attention?
They're trying to put a divisive. I mean, not like they need to put a divisive effort in, but they just keep harping on George Floyd and like, no, George Floyd was the straw that broke the camel's back. They tried to do it peacefully. Look at I don't necessarily like Colin Kaepernick, but they were trying to peacefully protest police brutality, and it didn't work. That's why all the riots. I mean, the protests are one thing. The riots are a separate entity. But that's why people are angry and rioting is because they tried.
And how do you feel about the media portraying all this different stuff?
Well, the media sucks in general.
Yeah, but do you think do you think the media's out there as bad as everyone says they are, trying to fool everyone, or do you think that people are fake newsing the media trying to fool everyone?
That's hard to say.
That's my. I think people
And the media is going to spin it one way because you have Fox News, who's extreme right, then you have CNN, who's extreme left, and there's really no one that's in the middle.
Do you think they should punish people for fake news like they do hackers and other harmful things that people do?
But who's going to police them? The FCC?
They could. It's pretty easy to find out who's posting fake news on Facebook.
Yeah, I mean, all you got to do is run an algorithm.
I feel like people should be punished.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against it.
It's basically like shouting fire in a crowded theater. To me, it's causing panic.
And here's another thing I hear from people too is they're saying, "Oh, the world's so much worse than it was back then." No, the world's not any worse than it was. We are just being force-fed every single bad thing that's happening now. We have access to know about every single bad thing that's happening. It's not that the world's any better or any worse. We just know now.
Yeah, back then you could shoot somebody on the streets of, some saloon.
Well, I mean, a
town.
lowly murder back in the 60s, nobody knew about it.
Yeah.
Because it happened in podunk nowhere. Now that we've got Facebook and cameras on our hip everywhere we go, everyone knows about everything.
Well, people need to be accountable.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
I just hate when people try to tell me that the world's so much worse off than it was back then. No, it's not.
We were dropping nukes and fighting the entire world back then.
Yeah.
Like, we're not in World War III yet. It's not that bad.
I'm just wondering who's going to be the Franz Ferdinand to spark this powder keg.
I don't want to be in a world war, to be honest.
It was a joke. I know.
I'm just saying. I don't want to be in one, because there's so many better guns and rifles and bombs. I want to say nukes, but I mean, I don't know if they'd fire them off.
I don't think we'll see one in our lifetime.
I hope they never see one. You might as well just see Earth.
And then I have people telling me that, oh, we're on the brink of another civil war, and I'm like, no, we're not.
I don't think we're on the brink of another civil war. I think we're on the brink of something needing to change. I think it's going to get violent if it doesn't.
Well, and, people also holler about like, oh, they're going to bring in the National Guard. They're going to bring in the National Guard. And I say do it. It's not a bad thing, because the National Guard, and you're prior military, the National Guard is way better trained on de-escalation than the normal police. So if you bring in the National Guard, they're going to try and calm shit down before they ever pull a weapon.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that is way more training. Yeah, way more training.
I'm talking about just on de-escalation in general. Like, your main goal is to never fire your weapon.
Yeah. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. De-escalation. I said this to so many people. It is de-escalation. Because it's so easy to rile people up and then people get shot. But if you train someone how to de-escalate a situation, it changes the entire foundation for how people act in the future.
And I think that's a large problem with the police force, is they're not trained enough on de-escalation.
I don't think they're trained enough in weapons handling either, or anything.
And then I had a discussion with somebody the other day that they were saying they were like, they're just going to make the police another branch of the military at some point. And I was like, that necessarily wouldn't be a bad idea to have one federal police for the entire country instead of breaking it up between jurisdictions and everything. You have one governing body, and that way there's a lot less corruption in an entire thing.
Yeah, I think that might be tough though, because different cities have different laws within that city.
Granted, make federal laws.
That's the thing. But I mean, like, even weed's not legal here, weed's legal in California.
Yeah, and
if you have like a federal, that's the problem with. I mean, I think that's why they keep it like jurisdiction-wise, because those cops are supposed to be trained. But again, what happens is you train a police officer in white suburbia, Utah.
Yeah.
And then send him to Chicago, transfer him to Chicago, because he wants to go be a cop in Chicago, or wants to be LAPD. What in the hell is he gonna do?
It's hot fuzz.
What are you gonna do? Like, what are you gonna do? You grew up in like I said, white suburbia, Utah somewhere, and then you go to the LAPD and you're dealing with Spanish people and black people all the time, and you don't know what you're doing.
You won't know how to talk to people.
Well, you don't. Yeah, you have no cultural history in that. You have no idea.
I can agree with that.
I think that's a huge problem. And I think they need to stop covering stuff up. I think agencies need to be accountable. And if one of their officers does something stupid, don't bury it. Do you know how much stuff they bury?
Did you hear about the, I can't remember where this was, but one of the presidents of the Fraternal Order of Police said if any of his officers kneel, he's kicking them out. So I'm like, oh, great. Now people can't have their own opinions.
Well, I seen that's kind of a general consensus nowadays is people can't discuss things. They just, like, it's not like this where we could have two separate opinions and come to a conclusion of, well, we might not agree, but, a lot of times people will say, cops are racist or cops aren't racist. Mm-hmm. I take the stand that cops aren't all racist, but...
No, I mean, you have good cops and you have bad cops.
We can come to an agreement that all cops need more training. Whereas opposed to most people in the world today would just be like, nope, done with you. Hit that block button, remove you, unfriend you, see you later, I don't like what you said.
It's the same thing with guns, too.
That's stupid.
I have people talking about how they just need to ban being able to own a gun. And I'm like, my thing is, do it like Canada does it, where you have to take a test even to own a gun. Make the class portion for the CWP mandatory for anybody that wants to own a gun. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's a bad idea. And then if you want your CWP, you have to go and take the shooting portion to prove that you know how to use your weapon.
Why do you think people are so against all this, though?
I don't know.
Like, why can't people sit down, like, gun laws and stuff? I don't know why people don't agree on those. It always just ends up being, I want my guns, that's my right, whatever.
I'm a gun owner, but that's because I like to go punch holes in paper at high velocity.
Yeah, it's fun. Shooting guns is fun.
Yeah.
But I want to know why people can't have a discussion anymore. Why is it so hard for people to sit down without just unfriending or blocking or removing or being a complete ass about it?
Because this day it goes along with like cancel culture. It's the culture. It's you're right, I'm wrong, shut up. And I've got friends who have absolute opposite political views that I do, and they're still my really close friends because I choose not to discuss politics with them.
Yeah, it's David.
One of them. Well, no, I mean, we don't completely disagree on everything, but like there's some things.
I'm going to put you on the spot because you followed him. How do you think he did on the show last week?
I watched it. I liked it.
I think he did good.
No, I mean,
it was nice. It was nice. I like having people on, like, we can talk about stuff.
You got to remember, I've known David since I was a freshman in high school. We go way back.
Have you guys known Brandon that long?
David was actually Brandon's guitar teacher at
What?
one point. And so
I didn't know that.
We've been a band about 7 years now, which is crazy to think, right? That means I've known you guys for like almost 7 years.
Yeah.
But
holy moly, yeah.
But yeah, so and David had contacted me about wanting to start a band and like doing cover stuff, and I was like, okay. And then he brought Brandon in, and then we've just been kind of fast
I
friends
like your
ever
guys'
since.
band.
Even though you tell us you don't every time you see us.
I do hate your band. I'm surprised nobody's come after you guys for the Token Mary thing. I'm not putting any ideas in there.
No. You remember our original sticker that had the 4th grade picture of Brandon?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was, you remember Lauren Sims?
Mm-hmm.
She had it on the back of her car. And somebody...
Disclaimer, I'll edit the last name out. Don't worry.
Yeah, but so no, someone came into where she was working and was like asking about the sticker and how it was racist on the car in the parking lot.
Oh man!
And
I was figuring it was a matter of time before something like that happened.
I think that's why we ended up doing away with that sticker. And now it's
such a cool sticker, though.
Oh, it's really funny because it says "sounds great" on it, and that's just something Brandon says so much.
He does. Man.
I'll tell you what he doesn't speak much about like kind of political stuff, but he made a post about all the protesting and stuff, and just his viewpoint, not protest, but like his viewpoint as a...
Did he take me off of Facebook? I didn't see this.
He made a post about like being a black guy in like a predominantly white neighborhood and stuff, and like seeing him talk about it like really put something on my heart because I was just like, wow, like that really hit.
And see, and that's the thing. I wish It is so bad what people do to other people in this country and how people are discriminated against. And it does suck because at times like they'll get shut down. Like minorities will get shut down for speaking.
yeah.
But to hear something, like for someone to take the high ground and explain a situation from their perspective as what it's like to grow up as a black male or a Spanish male or any minority, gives people such a different perspective than just coming in. And I see a lot of people just come in and yell, don't lecture me from your white privilege. Don't talk to me from the safety of your white privilege. Like, oh, white people are racist and stuff. And to me, that doesn't get the point across as much as if you sat me down and said, listen, you might not understand what's going on, but as a black male, let me tell you what's going on. And you listen with open ears and you're like, oh, well, I didn't know that, you know, and you might learn something. But people are just so quick to jump down each other's throats. It's crazy, man.
And I hate when people are like, oh, your black friend. No, he's my friend. Like, you don't have to put a signifier on him.
You know who's crazy? Oh, what's her name?
Kayla?
Oh, no. Jane Elliott, I think her name is. She does a research program type thing. So what she'll do is she'll take people with brown eyes and she'll take people with blue eyes and she'll separate them. And she treats all the blue-eyed people like complete garbage, like they aren't even human beings or anyone. And she lets the brown-eyed people talk to them like they're above them. And you would be absolutely amazed how these people can only handle it for about 5 to 10 minutes before they start walking out or they get pissed. And she's like, you have the option to walk out of this room. They don't have the option to change the color of their skin.
Makes sense.
And she just does. I'll have to send you some of it. She just does wonders on this whole discrimination thing, and it really makes you think about. And she'll say people with blue eyes are inferior. Someone with blue eyes will say, no, we're not. She'll say, hey, you're stupid. You would say that because you have blue eyes. Like you're an idiot. And she just berates these blue-eyed people until they start crying.
I mean, blue-eyed people do need to be berated.
I mean, it's a good exercise, though.
No, absolutely.
Because when they talk to people afterwards, you know, some of them, she doesn't have any right to treat me like that. Well, there you go. You know, and then other people, even brown-eyed people will say, oh, my gosh, like, I never put it in perspective like that before. Like, it changed their whole life.
We're all human.
Exactly.
We all bleed.
Yeah. Especially women.
Really?
Fuck you.
Well, shoot, man.
Are you really going to end it on that?
No, we'll end it on because Kayla always plays some sort of like. Kayla, let's get some clap. We always end it on the clapping. Let me get some clapping. I think it's yellow. Hey, see, David Dye, everybody.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Absolutely.
We're gonna have to play some games at some point. Yeah, you can do whatever you want. We play some games at some point. And knock that out.
I'm down.
We'll just wait for her to press stop recording or whatever she's gonna do.
I've got my gaming PC hooked up again.
Oh, do you?
And
We gotta do some time.
I have
to
a
say,
semi-decent mic now.
We gotta get Phil to get on sometime to say one, but I think he's a little locked down with his girlfriend. Is that the end?